Alright, I'm wearing my anti-chan shirt and I have on my studded blazer, which means I'm ready to talk shit, and I mean business. Hey you guys, welcome back to another video, and today's going to be slightly different because I don't have a product to glorify you because capitalism is in fact a disease. So, what I want to talk to you about is my experience getting this thing repaired and my failure to do so, I guess. This is my 13-inch MacBook Pro. It is a 2017 model. I got it in January of 2017, and I recently took it in for repair here in Chicago. I won't specify which store, I guess, but there's only two, so you do the math. And I wanted to get something repaired. I'll throw up a photo of the damage, and as you can see from the photo, there's a bit of a chip in the chassis, a few chips actually. I don't even know how it happened. I think it happened when my bag fell and the computer slammed against the zipper, because it just so happens to look like the exact spacing of like the ridges of a zipper. And I think it slammed into that and it got chipped. Now I know what you're thinking. Simone, you are a dumb white bitch. And you're correct, obviously. Some of you think, why would you even bother going into the Apple store to have that repaired or replaced? You're literally wasting people's time, and trust me, I thought the exact same thing. I was honestly a little bit scared to literally be laughed out to the Apple store, and we'll get to that in a minute. But you know what? I was like, this thing is a year old, it cost almost $2,000, and I have a warranty. I paid for the extended AppleCare warranty, so I was like, you know what? Let's see if they'll fix it. I thought they would, because literally, I have never had a single issue with AppleCare. Every single time I brought in a product for repair, they replaced it, no questions asked, it's been under warranty, literally no issues. And that's been the case since I've had an Apple computer since 2010, so I thought this would be no different. While I did know the repair was slightly superfluous and unnecessary and kind of, I don't know, annoying to even request, I was like, you know what? This company makes millions of dollars. It should be nothing but a drop in the bucket to them to replace this. That's where I was wrong. As a lot of you may know, Apple does not like to do free handouts. They don't give away money, and they're not kosher to, you know, just let things fly out the door for free or do repairs that are unnecessary, and so on and so forth. So when I got to the store and I had my appointment with the Apple genius, I placed my computer on the table. He said, so what's wrong with it? And he almost attempted to open the computer, and I said, oh, actually nothing's wrong with like the internals or anything. It's a damage issue. He said, okay, what's wrong? I picked the laptop up. He was standing right about here. I tilted it towards him and I said, right here. And at that moment, I looked at it myself and I was like, you are the dumbest bitch. But I was like, you know what? You're here, you've made the commitment, there's no turning back, you're literally already talking to somebody, no turning back now. So once I was done explaining what was wrong with it, he looked at it with a blank expression, blinked, thought and paused, and he said, yeah, that's not really something that we cover. Because the damage doesn't affect the performance of the computer, there's nothing that they can or will do for it. I can have a manager come over and talk to you if you'd like, but they're probably just going to say the exact same thing as me, and they're not going to be able to help you. So, I stared at him, I blinked, and I said, okay. And I could sense that he could tell that I was angry, so he said, you know, do you want me to get a manager? Is there anything else I can do for you? And I said, nope, that's plenty all enough. If that's all that can be done, then that's all that can be done. He said, okay, and walked away. Now at that moment, I was fuming because I thought to myself, so you're telling me that if I go home right now and take a hammer to the screen or break this thing over my knee in half, you'll replace it no problem. Sure, it'll cost a few $100s, depending on how bad the damage is, but you'll replace it. And that principle alone pissed me off because I thought, well, what if someone one day decides they're really mad at you and they see your laptop sitting there and they take their car key and they just scuff the hell out of your entire laptop? Might not affect the performance, and that means you won't do a single thing, even though my computer now looks like Freddy Krueger just got done typing a 500-word essay on it. So I went home and I felt defeated, as if there was nothing I could do. The next day I got home from work and I thought, you know what? Let me just give AppleCare customer service a call. So I called them and I spoke to a lovely woman who I explained my issue to. Obviously she couldn't see the computer, but I explained that it was pretty minimal and that I knew that it was minor, but I thought that it should be replaced because I paid for a warranty that covers 2 accidental damages, mind you. That was my main point in this argument, that because I'm allowed 2 accidental damages, you should be able to replace the computer basically twice if I've accidentally damaged it. And the woman actually agreed with me. She thought I was more than within my right to make that request and make that statement. So she set me up with an Apple appointment the next day. So this is now 3 days in a row of dealing with this and talking to Apple. She said, I'm going to set you up with an appointment. You're going to just drop the computer off at the store. It'll be sent in for repair. You'll get it shipped back, and that's the end of it. So I thought, okay, great, amazing. I won't have to talk to anybody at that store. I'll just go there, put it in a box, they'll take care of it for me, and ship it away. Not so much. When I arrived, I told them that I had a Genius appointment to ship my product out. They looked up my name, as per usual. If you've ever had a Genius appointment, you know how that goes. They sat me down at a table, and they said that someone would be with me in just a moment. I was a little bit confused because I was like, I'm just here to ship my laptop. I've already explained the issue. There's already a case number opened it for at this time. So why am I having to talk to somebody? Needless to say, another gentleman came over to me, a different gentleman this time, and he was actually super nice. However, he did make me state the entire situation over to him again. Once he did, he said, okay, let me just see how much it would cost for a repair. He said it would cost about $99 for a new top case. However, this is something that we don't normally cover because it's not a performance-based issue, just like the other guy said. And it's only a cosmetic issue. So I have to go talk to my manager to get clarification as to what I can file this repair under. He came back and gave me 3 options, or I guess 2 options with 3 possible outcomes. He said your first option is to try to send it off to our off-site repair center, and they may or may not fix it. If they do fix it, it'll be the $99, they'll replace the top case, and that'll be the end of it. The other possibility is you can send it off, and they'll say, sorry, we don't replace anything that doesn't affect the performance of a computer, and they'll just ship it right back to you, and nothing will have changed, and it'll still be damaged. And then he said, your third option is this. I see that you have about 600 odd days left on your AppleCare warranty, and you still haven't used any of your accidental damage repairs yet, which means that if you use one now, you're basically kind of wasting it on a repair that doesn't necessarily need to happen right now, and you're also risking that in the next 600 odd days, you'll only damage that computer one more time. Now, what he doesn't know is my track record with Apple computers and Apple devices is impeccable. I've never had a cracked screen on an iPhone. I've never broken a laptop. I think every time I've had to use AppleCare, it's been because of a hardware failure or some kind of recall that happened, across the board for, a whole line of computers. Anyway, he was just doing the right thing and telling me, if you do happen to damage this again, after this, that'll use up your last coverage of accidental damage, and then if you damage it again, you'll be SOL, basically. And while the idea of completely damaging my computer 3 more times in the next 650 days seemed less than likely to me because I've never damaged a computer that bad, I thought about it and I sat there, and I was like, you know what? He's right. And even though I agreed with him, I explained, I'm someone who was very OCD about my computers. I want them to look as perfect as possible at all times, and this damage was really bothering me. And then he said, what I would do if I were you is this. I would wait until you have about 100 days or less left on the AppleCare warranty. I would come into the store and get it replaced just like you're trying to do right now. He didn't say 100% if they would replace it if I did wait that time and wait for the repair because, again, the damage would still be only cosmetic. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. He's right. I don't need to have this done right now. It's not affecting the computer in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to swallow my pride for the second time by looking like a complete and utter fool in this store and just walk away and not get it repaired. Now you may be asking, why are you uploading this video of you explaining a story that makes you look like one of the dumbest people ever? My reasoning is this, is because when this damage happened, I looked online for stories of Apple replacing it or not, and it looked as though nobody had even attempted to go in and get it repaired. Some people had posted on forums, does Apple make these repairs? Will they repair it? How much does it cost? But it sounded like, to me, nobody had actually gone in and done it. People were just guessing that they wouldn't. So I decided, you know what, I'll be the guinea pig. If you ever have a similar issue like this, you'll know what the general outcome will be. And also I think that this is a pretty common issue for any of the MacBooks that come in any color other than silver, because as some of you may know, if you own a space gray or gold or rose gold MacBook or MacBook Pro, etc., the paint on here, the coating, chips and nicks way more easily than just the standard silver color. Now the silver may scratch easily as well, but it's definitely less noticeable. And when you have the space gray, it's probably the most noticeable out of any color. And for someone who really cherishes their laptops, really cherishes their computers, that is an issue for me. So word to the wise, if you have any of these laptops that are not silver, I recommend getting a carrying sleeve for it immediately. I haven't had one ever on this the entire time that I've owned it, but hopefully going forward I will be smart enough to buy a carrying case and protect it as much as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I know it was a little bit of a change of pace. I actually have another AppleCare story coming up about this 5K iMac right here, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. It has a different outcome, let's just say that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.